entire connection over that. The question is, will your cable costs go down? I did not get the answer. So, different question, different topic. Wireless spectrum. There's no such thing as too much of it, especially if you are a reporter at CES. So I know the chairman is looking to free up a lot more to expand broadband service. Do you want to sort of offer your predictions as to how smoothly that will go? Since in some cases, this is coming from people who think they already have a perfectly good use for it.
I'll go. Mobile data increasing. It's the buzz of this. It's the buzz of this show. It's increasing. I got a new term today. U.S. mobile traffic is over 1 exabyte, which is actually 1 billion gigabytes per year. So it's big. It's getting bigger. We know it's going to double every year through 2014. We need to have more wireless spectrum. We also need to use the spectrum that we have more efficiently. We need to increase secondary markets. We need to use better antennas. We have to approach this from every place that we can because the crisis is going to be big and the demand is even bigger. So, it's exciting. What's going on in the mobile market is exciting. Our job is going to be difficult. I've tried to get spectrum away from the Department of Defense, and that is very difficult. And
they have guns, it's not easy.
And missiles, yes.
Right.
And frankly, it wasn't that much fun trying to do the broadcast digital transition either. So it's not easy. This change is hard, and we all need to kind of work together for the future of all of our, all of us, because we're all going to benefit. There's really no more low-hanging fruit. I would say I'd like to start kind of at the MSS spectrum. I feel like we have too much satellite and not enough terrestrial, and that's pretty much that's a good place to start. So I know NTIA has fast-tracked 150 megahertz. I would encourage and continue to ask that we can't lose focus on the one band that's perfect for the AWS-3 pair, which is the 1755 to 1780 band. So I think we have a lot of work to do. We need to roll up our sleeves and stay at it, and now is the time.
I agree wholeheartedly. I would probably put a little bit more emphasis in the short term on spectral efficiency, because even if we, as I said this before, if we could identify all those 500 megahertz that the National Broadband Plan calls for, I could identify today. It really takes the better part of a decade before you actually get into the hands of consumers. So rewind the tape to the Digital TV Act, which passed, 5 years ago, next month, I think, February 6, right? It was 2 years later before the auction started. Then, we still haven't seen the build out of that, right? So a better part of a decade before stuff even gets built out and into the hands of consumers, you can find it today. So what do you do in the meantime? Well, you have to become more spectrally efficient, and that's going to involve getting a wireless signal to a wire as quickly as possible, femtocells, smart antennas, cognitive radios, and the whole game, the whole gamut. But also from a public policy perspective, I think we need to make sure that when we reallocate spectrum, that we make sure the uses are as flexible as possible. I think Christian Baker touched on MSS. Absolutely. When some of that spectrum was...
Does anyone need a definition, by the way, while we're throwing around acronyms, abbreviations?
Mobile satellites.
This is the advanced class.
Just checking.
These are good students.
Yeah.
But, there were specific prescriptions as to how spectrum should be used. And by the time that is put in place until the time it's used, technology can blow past those requirements, those encumbrances, and make the spectrum be better used for something else. So when government starts to micromanage and think that it's smarter than the marketplace always shows the government is being foolish.
Oh, wow, okay.